Every day, millions of people make the same mistake. They forget about safety. One wrong move, one moment of distraction, and work turns into tragedy. On this channel, we show how a single mistake changes everything. Enjoy watching. In a cramped food processing area, a worker operated a large industrial meat grinder with exposed moving parts. His loose shirt became entangled, pulling him into the powerful machinery. He suffered severe injuries, and extraction from the machine proved extremely difficult. This tragic incident highlights severe safety failures. Meat grinders require functional safety guards, never bypassed. Workers must avoid loose clothing and maintain clear, organized workspaces. Operators need comprehensive training on safe machine operation and emergency stops. Employers must conduct regular safety audits to prevent such devastating accidents. In an automated factory, a worker walked near active industrial robotic arms. One robotic arm, moving swiftly, inadvertently struck the worker, causing him to fall. The incident highlights the unforgiving force of automated machinery when human presence is not properly managed. This incident underscores critical safety failures in automated environments. Strict, clearly marked exclusion zones must be enforced around all active robotic machinery. Comprehensive training is essential, emphasizing unpredictable robot movements and situational awareness. Interlock systems should automatically halt operations if a human enters a hazardous zone. Regular safety audits are crucial. In a busy industrial loading bay, a woman stood on a dock leveler platform near a truck. Without warning, the truck moved forward, causing the unsupported leveler to drop. The woman fell onto the concrete floor, sustaining severe injuries. This incident highlights critical safety failures. Personnel must never be on a dock leveler during truck movement. Strict exclusion zones around trucks during docking are vital. Clear communication between drivers and ground personnel is essential before any vehicle moves. Dock levelers should only be adjusted when clear of personnel to prevent falls. In a commercial kitchen setting, a worker was observed bending over an industrial oven, possibly checking on food or making adjustments. Suddenly, with no discernible warning, the oven violently exploded, sending a blast of force, flames, and debris outwards. The worker was directly in the path of the explosion, being thrown backward by the force. Fortunately, initial observations suggest the worker did not sustain severe injuries, but the incident caused significant damage to the kitchen area and highlights the critical dangers of equipment malfunction. This incident highlights critical safety failures in commercial kitchens. Industrial ovens and gas equipment require regular maintenance and safety checks. Workers must be trained in safe operation, gas detection, and emergency procedures. Adequate ventilation is crucial to prevent gas buildup. Finally, maintaining a safe distance from equipment doors during operation is essential. In an outdoor industrial setting, possibly a textile processing or dyeing facility, a worker was observed handling materials near large, open vats of intensely steaming liquid. As he leaned over one of the vats, he appeared to lose consciousness, likely due to inhaling the dense steam. Without warning, he toppled forward and fell directly into the scalding hot liquid. Other workers in the vicinity immediately rushed to his aid, attempting to pull him out of the dangerous vat. This tragic event highlights severe failures in managing hazardous work environments. It is crucial to ensure adequate ventilation in areas with steam or fumes to prevent inhalation hazards and maintain clear visibility. Workers operating near open vats of hot liquids must wear appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, including heat-resistant gloves, aprons, and eye protection. Furthermore, physical barriers or guardrails should be installed around all open vats of hot liquids to prevent accidental falls, and comprehensive training on chemical hazards, steam burns, and emergency response procedures is vital. In a clean industrial facility, a heavy metallic roller was being moved by an overhead crane. A worker stood nearby. Suddenly, the crane failed, causing the roller to drop rapidly and unexpectedly. It narrowly missed the worker, hitting the floor and bouncing violently, creating a significant hazard. This incident highlights critical safety failures with suspended loads. All overhead cranes and lifting equipment require rigorous, frequent inspections to prevent mechanical failures. Strict exclusion zones are paramount around suspended loads, keeping personnel clear of potential fall paths. Workers must be thoroughly trained on overhead hazard recognition and safe work distances. On a residential construction site, a worker was observed moving across a newly installed metal sheet roof, wearing no personal protective equipment, PPE. Suddenly, an unsecured metal roof panel began to slide at an angle under his weight. The worker immediately lost his balance and fell through the resulting opening to the ground below. This incident highlights the extreme dangers of working at height on unsecured or incomplete structures. This tragic incident highlights severe failures in working at height safety. All roof panels must be securely fastened and inspected before workers walk on them. Workers must always wear appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, including fall arrest systems, harnesses, and anchored lanyards. A thorough assessment of roof integrity and panel security must precede work. Clear signage, hazard demarcation, and comprehensive training on fall hazards are vital for roofing personnel. In a cluttered outdoor industrial yard, possibly a repair or salvage facility, a worker was observed performing welding or cutting operations on a large metallic fuel tank. This tank appeared to be old and potentially contained residual flammable vapors. Suddenly, during the work, the fuel tank violently exploded, sending a blast of force and debris across the yard. The worker was directly in the path of the explosion, being thrown backward by the force. This incident highlights the critical dangers of working with flammable materials without proper safety protocols. This tragic incident highlights severe safety failures. Hot work on fuel tanks requires thorough purging and gas-free certification. A safe work area, free of flammables and personnel, is paramount. Workers need appropriate PPE and comprehensive training on explosion hazards and emergency response. Regular safety audits are crucial to prevent such accidents. In a clean industrial facility, a worker observed machinery. A hose carrying hot liquid under pressure suddenly ruptured near him. The high-pressure hot liquid immediately sprayed onto the worker, causing severe burns. The incident highlights critical danger from pressurized hot liquid systems. This incident underscores critical safety failures. Hoses carrying hot liquids under pressure require regular inspection and maintenance. Workers must wear appropriate PPE, thermal-resistant gloves, face shields, near such systems. Comprehensive training on hot liquid hazards and emergency response is vital. Clear safety zones around high-pressure hot liquid systems are also crucial.